Right, well, I'm going to try and get to my Oanda set up here. This is on my phone, so I just thought I'd show you this. It might be a little slow. Ah, there we go. It's working. Look at that. Now, this is the pound against the US dollar, and I've got a 5-second chart. We don't want to see that, obviously. We want to go to an hour chart. And then we have it. Now, I haven't set up the screen properly on here. I haven't edited the chart, but this is what the Oanda screen looks like, and it's pretty useful on a telephone. So you can see your trade positions somewhere. Let's see if we can get there. No, we don't want to see that. Have a look at the rates. And that's a little bit about that. Now, somewhere on here, I can see my open portfolio. Now, this is just done for illustration's sake, but I've been opening and closing trades just to illustrate how this all works on this phone. And you can see so I've got about 5-to-1 leverage on each of these currencies, the pound and the euro, just out of interest. So a total leverage of 10-to-1, buying in every case. And you can see they're largely negative, but that's because the price has dropped quite sharply. But I'm going to just close these a little bit later on, but this is just to illustrate how it works on the telephone. And I thought you might find it useful. So, and then we can have a look at the chart, and if we want to change that to some other currency, let's say dollar yen, I just click there, and there we've got the dollar yen at 117.3. And we can click on indices. So if I want to have a look at, well, let's have a look here. The S&P, that's over an hour, but we can extend that to a day chart. That's the S&P over a day, over a week, and a month. So this is going back to 2018, this chart. You can see we've dropped off a bit, but not a lot actually, since the big rally during the Trump presidency. And then we can look at commodities. One I quite often like to look at is gold. Natural gas, here's an interesting one. Let's have a look over weeks. Yeah, a bit of an escalation in the price. Not a lot, actually, interestingly, since the Ukraine crisis. And if we carry on down here, you can look at sugar and wheat. It's interesting to keep an eye on some of these. Platinum, palladium. We can have a look at gold. I think it just says gold on here. There we go, gold. You can see that's gone up a lot in the last couple of weeks. Just under $2,000. But it's not as high as it was in 2020. But we've seen in the last, month or so, that we've had a slightly sharp rally, again due to Ukraine. And then if we can somewhere on here find oil, we'll be able to look at oil as well. You can see this is not my area of expertise. No. Oh, there's Brent crude. Now let's have a look at that. Well, that's a day chart. Look at that sharp spike. This is so what you see where it started escalating dramatically to over $100 a barrel. That was the start of the Ukraine crisis. And we got up to about almost $140 a barrel. And we have a look at the monthly chart, big spike up, but it's come back down again quite quickly. And if we have a look at the weekly chart, yeah, so there's the last few weeks, particularly the week before last, with the severity of the Ukraine situation. And then you can look at bonds as well, and then currencies. So I had the pound on the chart. What I want to look, it's a little bit tricky to navigate through here, but it's partly because I haven't set it up, and also partly because it's on a telephone. So here we go. This is the euro against the US dollar. You can see we've dropped in the last 2 weeks. This is a daily chart. If we have a look at the weekly chart, so we'd be interested in the last 2 weeks since the Ukraine crisis, and there you can see there, sharp drop week before last. And actually, last week was up and down, and we've got a doji candle. So it's a weekly reversal candle on the euro, which is interesting. You don't see this on the day chart. It's not evident there, but on the weekly chart, you can see a significant doji, that last candle. If I can, doesn't seem to stay where I put it. But anyway, can we zoom in? Yes, we can. So let's just have a look more closely. There it is on the right-hand side of your screen. That was last week. It's Saturday now. So that was Monday to Friday last week, and we've got a doji potential reversal candle. You can see 3 weeks ago we had the same sort of thing against that support with a hammer. And then the week before last was a big bearish candle. And now we've got another hesitant doji type candle. So let's see what happens. But if we go to the hour chart, so this is what I like to do just out of interest. You can see there are 5 positions. These are just messing about, really. This is a demo account, bear in mind, it's not real money. If I want to switch to my live account, I can just click there, and it'll take me across to the live account, but we're going to stick with the demo account for now. We don't want that. We're going to stick with this. All right. So, how do we get back to the charts? We don't want that. Ah, there we go. Simple as that. You just swipe it across from the right to the left. So that's euro. We had a look at the pound. Let's have a quick look whilst we're here at the Aussie dollar, because we were trading that. This is the hour chart on the Aussie. Do you remember we talked about in one of the videos about that 78.6% retracement against the resistance level, and you can see the Aussie is a little bit weaker, but very little compared to the euro and the pound. So anyway, so I just thought I'd show you that. I think it's interesting. So here you can click on your portfolio. Don't worry about all those trades. Don't be horrified. These are just fiddling around with this platform on my phone, messing about with a new toy, like a shiny new object. You can have a look at the charts and the rates for each currency. You can place new orders. And you can see it's the weekend. It says there the market is halted. You can only create entry orders. You can put orders in, limit and stop orders for trades that you want to take when you're not at your trading screen. And if you have a look at my last video, you'll have noticed that I've got an order in on my live account for the euro at the 78.6% Fibonacci on the euro. And you won't see it on here. But, in fact, if I have a look at orders, there we go, orders. There we go, there's the order. So that's the buy limit. That's at a 2-to-1 leverage. For the euro. So that trade will trigger if the price hits 1.0875, which is exactly on that 78.6% retracement level. So that's how you do it. And that order will just stay there until cancelled. You can put an expiry date on it if you want. If I click on there, you can go modify, and you can see you can put an expiry. I've got an expiry date of 1 week. That's the default, but you can change this to whatever you want. 1 week, 1 day, 2 months, no expiry, whatever you want, and so on. So that's pretty cool. You can do that from your phone as well. So we don't want to do that. And then trades, orders, positions. So there's the total, 500,000 of each. So euros at 5-to-1 leverage, the pounds at 5-to-1 leverage. Normally I wouldn't go more than 5-to-1 leverage in total. So in total, this is 5 plus 5, it's 10-to-1 leverage. It's too much. But this is just messing about, and you can see there's a, well, in terms of the position size, quite a small loss, 40 pips odd and 27 pips. So that's it really, how to trade from your phone using Oanda. I think it's fantastic, and it's reliable, and you can have a variety of different accounts, live accounts, demo accounts, and you can switch between them as you just saw. So I thought I'd just show that to you. It's a very easy screen to navigate, and if you happen to be out and about, which I am quite a lot, I always have my phone with me, and I'm always able to trade and keep an eye on what's going on just within an instant. Okay, well, I hope you found that useful, and my advice to you, sign up with Oanda, get yourself a phone if you haven't got one. Of course you've got one, everyone's got a phone, and you can trade, dare I say, even from your office. If you happen to actually have another job, you could keep an eye on what's going on in your trading sneakily under the desk with your iPhone or whichever phone. All right, take care, and I'll speak to you soon.